Hesketh Pearson was a British biographer. In the early 1940s, he had permission to go through Conan Doyle's papers, and he came across a plot for a Sherlock Holmes story. It reads as follows. A girl calls on Sherlock Holmes in great distress. A murder has been committed in our village. Her uncle has been found shot in his bedroom, apparently through an open window. Her lover has been arrested. He is suspected on several grounds. 1. He had a violent quarrel with the old man, who has threatened to alter his will, which is in the girl's favour if she ever speaks to her lover again. 2. A revolver has been found in his house, with his initials scratched on the butt and one chamber discharged. The bullet found in a dead man's body fits this revolver. 3. He possesses a light ladder, the only one in the village, and there are the marks of the foot of such a ladder on the soil below the bedroom window, while similar soil, fresh, has been found on the feet of the ladder. His only reply is that he's never possessed a revolver, and that it has been discovered in the drawer of the hat stand in his hall, where it would be easy for anyone to place it. As for the mould on the ladder, which has not been used for a month, he has no explanation whatsoever. Notwithstanding these damning proofs, however, the girl persists in believing her lover to be perfectly innocent, while she suspects another man who has also been making love to her, although she has no evidence whatsoever against him, except she feels by instinct he's the villain who would stick at nothing. Sherlock and Watson go down to the village and inspect the spot, together with the detective in charge of the case. The marks of the ladder attract Holmes' special attention. He ponders, looks about him, inquires if there's any place where anything bulky could be concealed. There is. A disused well, which has not been searched because apparently nothing is missing. Sherlock, however, insists on the well being explored. A village boy consents to be lowered into it with a candle. Before he goes down, Holmes whispers something in his ear. He appears surprised. The boy is lowered, and on his signal, pulled up again. He brings to the surface a pair of stilts. "Good Lord," cries the detective. "Who on earth could have expected this?" "I did," replies Holmes. "But why?" "Because of the marks in the garden soil, which were made by two perpendicular holes. The feet of a ladder, which is on the slope, would have made depressions slanting towards the wall." This discovery lessened the weight of the evidence of the ladder, although the other evidence remained. The next step was to trace the user of the stilts if possible, but he had been too wary, and after 2 days, nothing had been discovered. At the inquest, the young man was found guilty of murder, but Holmes is convinced of his innocence. In these circumstances, and as a last hope, he resolves on a sensational stratagem. He goes up to London, and returning on the evening of the day where the old man is buried, he and Watson and the detective go to the cottage of the man whom the girl suspects, taking with them a man who Holmes has brought from London, who has a disguise which makes him the living image of the murdered man, wizened body, grey shivelled face, skull cap and all. They have also with them a pair of stilts. On reaching the cottage, the disguised man mounts the stilt and stalks up the path towards the man's open bedroom window, at the same time crying out his name in a ghastly voice. The man, who is already half mad with guilty terrors, rushes to the window and beholds in the moonlight the terrific spectacle of his victim stalking towards him. He reels back with a scream at the apparition advancing to the window, calls in the same unearthly voice, "As you came for me, I come for you." When the party rush upstairs to the bedroom, he darts to them, clinging to them, gasping, and points to the window where the dead man's face is glaring in, and he shrieks out, "Save me! By God, he has come for me as I came for him." Collapsing after this dramatic scene, he makes a full confession. He has marked a revolver and concealed it where it was found. He has also smeared the ladder foot with soil from the old man's garden. His object was to put his rival out of the way in the hope of gaining possession of the girl and her money. The end. As much as I'm all for new Sherlock Holmes tales, I'm kind of glad this one wasn't published. It would have made a rather poor 57th story. What's your opinions? Tell me in the comments. And till next time, bye bye.